Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Can you imagine? In Stanley Kubrick's 1980 film, The Shining, the use of music is fundamental for setting the tone of the movie. As with many of Kubrick's films, most of the compositions used in the film already existed. In fact, only 2 new original compositions were composed for The Shining. Even though most of these compositions already were written before The Shining, they seem to fit flawlessly into the film. The pieces Kubrick chose were perfect representations of the horror genre, and they also mirrored what was happening in the film. Bela Bartok wrote music for strings, percussion, and celesta during the 1930s when fascism was taking over in Europe, and he wanted to capture what he saw as the principal emotions of the time: fear and rage. Similarly, the principal emotions in The Shining are also fear and rage. The third movement of this piece turns music into something that is lifeless, and Kubrick saw it as something that was fundamentally evil. In the film, music exists both as diegetic and non-diegetic sound. Diegetic sound being music that exists within the film world, and non-diegetic sound being sound that the characters within the film can't hear, but the audience watching can. The non-diegetic sound is significant because it sets the horror tone for the movie. In this scene, the audience hears the second appearance of Bartok's third movement of music for strings, percussion, and celesta. Once again, the music is creating a sense of tension through the use of timpani glissandos, unusual musical modes, and dissonance in the strings. Dissonance is when there is a lack of harmony among musical notes, and it is a popular technique in the music of horror films. The human ear naturally prefers music that resolves, so when there are disharmonious notes being played together, it creates a clash of sound that leaves the listener unsettled. Most of the music used in The Shining is contemporary classical music, which often employs dissonant techniques. Although sound and music are often overlooked when ranking what is most important for setting the tone of a film, the music is usually one of the most important parts. Stanley Kubrick was very aware of this when directing his films. Notice the way that using the opening from The Shining dramatically changes the scene from Dora the Explorer.
We had such a great soccer day today. What was your favorite part of the trip?
I think we should discuss Danny.
Throw in some effects, and you have a horror film.
I like that too.
Similarly, if yakety sax is used for the final maze scene, it dramatically changes the tone of the scene. From this, it can be concluded that music is what will make or break a horror film, and the music used in The Shining is a big part of what makes the film so great.